People. I don't usually say this. I really don't. And when I saw this article just now, I was pretty much stunned. It seems that the mainstream media has right now come out and said the exact same thing that many of us are talking about, have been talking about for the past few years. Now, this is out of HuffPost Science. It says, solar flare big enough to cause catastrophe on Earth called surprisingly likely. Okay? It says, potentially devastating solar storm could hit Earth by 2020. Now, I personally think it's going to happen before then, but this just goes to show that a lot of people out there, the scientists alike, and all the people in the news know exactly what's about to happen with the sun. And a lot of people, such as Ed Dames, has seen this, called the kill shot. So for anyone who wants to get that video, Ed Dames actually does remote viewing, and he pretty much sees this exact scenario playing out. But nevertheless, it says an aurora borealis may be beautiful, but can there be too much of a good thing? A new study published in the journal Space Weather analyzed the frequency of solar storms that cause auroras and found that there's 1 in 8 chance that by 2020 the Earth will be affected by a major solar flare. Now, what they're not telling you is that during the years of 2012 and 2013, there's going to be a climax, pretty much, that every 11 years the sun goes through one of its tantrums, and it just so happens that one of those tantrums fall around 2012, 2013. It says the risk is even greater than previously thought. Even if it's off by a factor of 2, that's a much larger number than I thought, study author Pete Riley, senior scientist of predictive science and space weather research firm in San Diego, told Wired. Why should a storm on the sun be cause for concern? As it turns out, the high-energy particles liberated by a major solar flare might cause disruption of the transportation, communication, banking, and finance systems, and government services, the breakdown of distribution of potable water owing to pump failure, and the loss of perishable foods and medicine because of lack of refrigeration. Other than that, everything will be fine. According to the National Resource Council report from 2008. So let's go over that again, people. So the power will go out. Water will not be able to be filtered because the pumps will go. So there'll be lack of water. Government service will be totally disrupted. Finance systems will be totally disrupted. Communications will be totally disrupted. Transportation will be totally disrupted. But other than that, everything will be fine. Nothing to worry about, people. Now, I personally believe, like many of you know, that this event that many see coming is going to happen around 2012. The end of 2012, I should say. We're in 2012 now. But you know what I mean. The end of 2012, a lot of people, the Mayans said something is going to happen. A lot of people think it's going to be with the sun. And they also had the sun, as many of the scriptures did say, their writings, I should say. Now, it says Riley calculated the relationship between severity of a solar storm and how likely it is to happen, based his prediction on so-called Carrington effect of 1859. And for those of you who don't know what the Carrington was, the Carrington event, look it up. 1859, it happened in Canada, and pretty much it didn't cause that much problems because all we had back then was Morse code, and it set fires to the lines. But that same event would happen today, and I don't really want to think about it. Which caused widespread disruption of communication systems as well as brilliant auroras as well south as the Caribbean. During the event, Scientific America noted, people could read the newspaper by the crimson and the green glow. Gold miners in the Rocky Mountains woke up and ate breakfast at 1 a.m., thinking the sun had risen on a cloudy day. Now, that's also, I believe that's also a Bible reference, but I'm not exactly sure that day would turn to night or night would turn to day or something to that effect. Well, that's interesting. I just realized that. It reminded me of that. And it says some say that the modern-day Carrington might prove to be a cosmic Katrina. But Wired reports that preparation may be the key to maintaining order in such a situation. The potential dangers might be significantly less since power companies are aware of such problems and can take action to mitigate them. But they're not. They're really not, people. I mean, you see that all over. You see blackouts happening. I don't think they're ready. I really don't. I don't think the whole electrical grid system is prepared for this. So I'm going to be linking you guys to this article, but I find it very interesting. There's also a couple of videos here that I think you'll find interesting. So I'm going to be linking you to this, and it's just interesting to show. It doesn't shock me in the least, but it's interesting that now it's coming out of mainstream, trying to warn the public of this upcoming event. So when it happens, the people won't say, well, you didn't warn us. Well, now we warned you. They warned you. The link is below, people. Take it easy.